Out to Steve Helling, writer with People magazine. Conrad Murray disappears for days after Jackson's death. Only by going through Conrad Murray's lawyer do police finally get to talk to him. Where did he go?
Well, you know, the police ended up finally getting in touch with him and interviewing him actually in a hotel room, not anywhere where Conrad Murray lived or anything like that. So he was really controlling the situation on where he was when he was going to be talking to the police. So that's a really interesting tidbit of information. Obviously, it looks like perhaps he had something to hide.
Unleash the lawyers. Joining us tonight, Sue Moss, attorney out of New York, Ann Fitz, defense attorney Atlanta, Richard Herman, renowned defense attorney, joining us tonight out of Vegas. Weigh in, Sue Moss.
There is such a low standard for involuntary manslaughter, which I think he'll be convicted of. Think of it this way. He gave propofol without monitoring any of this guy's vital signs. And then when Michael Jackson is dying, he goes to the bathroom to look at the man in the mirror. That's when Michael Jackson actually died. This guy is absolutely guilty of not using due caution when giving the propofol and the other drugs. He's gonna be guilty. It's bad, he knows it.
Okay, to you, Richard Herman, joining us tonight out of Vegas. Now, Richard, before you get all cranked up, just answer a couple of simple yes or no's. Richard, when you're driving down the interstate and you see a cop or a state patrol car go by, do you slam the gas and take off at 120 miles an hour? That's a yes-no, do you?
No.
Okay,
no.
And that's probably, Richard, because you have no reason to run from the cops. You don't care if they look in your trunk or your back seat or even in your pants pockets or wallet. That's fine with you. Now, why, after the death of Michael Jackson, would Conrad Murray hide out for days on end until finally cops get to talk to him, the last witness to see Jackson alive, through his lawyer? Why did he hide, Richard?
Well, maybe because this was the biggest entertainer in the world, and maybe because he wanted to be protected with his lawyer. He did the right thing. I never would have let my client go in there 2 days after this and sit down with law enforcement. I would have done an attorney proffer. I would have seen exactly what they're looking for.
Okay, what about it, Ann Fitz?
Look, Nancy, it was 2 days. We're not talking about 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 days. There wasn't an arrest warrant out for him, and he didn't even have to give a statement. That was a voluntary statement that he gave.
Ann,
he was not compelled to do it, Nancy.
And put Fitz up. And I'm going to let you hear Conrad Murray caught on tape. And Ann, if you had been the last one on the scene when somebody died, I've got a pretty good idea you wouldn't go on the run for days on end until cops get you through your lawyer. Joining us right now is a special guest, Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, a very dear friend and advisor to Michael Jackson, author of 10 Conversations You Need to Have with Yourself. Rabbi, you believe that the group around Michael Jackson knew what was going on. What led to the rift in your relationship with Michael Jackson?
It was very similar to what you're hearing happen now. I said to Michael, we're here to rehabilitate your life. We have to get you off these sedatives. We have to give you a normal life that starts in the morning and ends at night instead of being topsy-turvy. We have to get you away from the masks and people thinking you're strange. You can't go back to performing. But as soon as I helped to re-energize Michael, the managers came in and they said, let's do a concert. And this concert ultimately happened September 10th, 2011, the night before 9/11. And I said to Michael, this is where we part company, because in the final analysis, you're not ready to go back to this, and I'm not a concert promoter, I'm a rabbi. Look at what Conrad Murray is saying. Michael says to him, if you don't give me this drug that can kill me, I won't be able to perform. And the doctor should have said, don't perform. I quit. I will not kill you. I will not participate in harming you. This is the corruption of fame. It's the corruption of money. And it's a tragic story.